What up, everyone? Are you looking for the best 29-inch BMX bike on the market? Today we're going to do an explain and review on the 29-inch Throne Goon complete bike. So yeah, like always, I go through the bike telling you everything about it from the front to the back and kind of giving you insight and show you what comes on the bike and how much bang for your buck you're getting. So yeah, let's go and I'll show you around. Grab this stuff. I keep knocking stuff over. So yeah, we've been doing it a little bit different if you've been watching our YouTube channels. Now I try to get the camera and show you up close so you can see the product better. So I hope it helps. If it does, make sure you guys leave us a comment. Let us know if it helps out. And like always, we start from the front and we work our way to the back. So we're going to start off with the Throne lock-on grips. So right here we have the Throne lock-on grips. These things lock on with the little tiny Allen wrench right there. So yeah, you can tighten these things up. You got them a little bit loose. Let me spin them for you so you can see the logo. So I'll put it on this side. So right there has a little Throne logo on there. Looks pretty cool. These come with the Tektro V-brake lever. There's a lot of bikes out there that come with different style levers, and you need a V-brake lever on the bicycle for the brakes to work really, really well. If they're not working well, you probably don't have a V-brake lever on it. This comes with the Throne two-piece handlebars and a Throne pad set on the crossbar. Going down to the stem, they got their new aftermarket stem. This thing's CNC alloy, then anodized black. You can see the machining right there. Then it also has a lightweight fork cap on it with an 8mm, with the 8mm hex head hole in there, so you can put an Allen wrench in there and tighten it up. This stem's pretty cool because it's got chrome plated bolts on it. Makes it stand out. This one comes with the 1.1" threadless headset. This headset is aluminum, so it's going to make the bike a little bit lighter. What's cool about this bike is that it's got a head tube badge on it that's riveted to it. This thing looks pretty dope. This one's painted. Most of the other ones are actually anodized, so that looks a little bit different than most of the other ones. Now going to the front wheel, this one has a Maxxis Hookworm 29 by 2.5-inch tire. These are the newer tires, so these tires are a little bit lighter and they're a little bit wider than most of the other tires, so they come in a 2.5. If we turn the fork there, notice that there's plenty of clearance, so if you want to go to a wider rim, make the tire a little bit fatter, you can do so. This thing comes with the double wall alloy rim, stainless steel spokes, and alloy Throne hub that is fully sealed. Has a 3/8 axle, chromoly axle as well. It's got a full chromoly fork here, and if you look at this fork, it tapers down slightly, and the caps are even welded over. This one's cool because the dropout sticks down a little bit. You can run pegs without it hitting. Another thing is it's got a little sneaky graphic right here, a little run the streets graphic on the inside, and it's kind of I would say like a braille style. It's kind of an embossed and sticks out a little bit, so you can kind of feel it. Looks pretty cool. Going to the frame, this is a 6061 aluminum frame. It's got a gusset on the top and the bottom to keep it, really sturdy and stiff. So you definitely know that thing will hold up. Going over this to the seat, this has the Throne Run the Streets leather top seat. This thing is triple stitch, so it's not going to tear very easily. So yeah, how they make this thing is they sew together, they flip it inside out, and then they sew the flaps to this thing again, so if it rips, one of the stitches rips, the seat still stays together. Another little subtle thing, I don't know, yeah, there we go, has a little Throne logos all the way around it on here, so that looks pretty dope. And then it's got the Run the Streets on the back, it's got the black on black, and it's got the Throne logo on the top. This seat is pretty firm, mainly because of the material they use to make this seat. So the seat will definitely last quite a bit. It has a micro adjust seat post and you can tilt the seat, I mean, down or so, and yeah, give you a little bit more angle than most of the other seat posts. On the back of the seat post too, it's got a measuring device right here, so you can tell how high you have the seat. So if you're raising or lowering your seat, you can do it really quickly and always get it back to the same position. It also has an alloy quick release seat clamp. This thing is cool because you can release it without any tools, raise or lower your seat. So I think that's cool. That's coming on there. A lot of people buy an aftermarket seat clamp and put it on their bike because they don't have that ability. Going to the pedals, these have a alloy platform pedal. These things are super wide, and it has a 9/16 spindle on here, spindle thread on here to go into these chromoly cranks. I believe these are 175. Yep, 175 chromoly cranks. These have an 8-spline spindle. It comes with a alloy sprocket. Check out the specs on the product page to get the exact sprocket size. I haven't measured it, but I'm pretty sure it's a 33 tooth sprocket. But don't hold me to it in this video. I forgot to check it, but I'm pretty sure it's a 33. But check the specs on the website, and it'll say the correct amount. What's cool about this bike, and I really care about this a lot, is the fact that it comes with the KMC 510HX chain. And the reason why I like this is the only chain that I trust besides a half link chain, mainly because it's got a little bit wider plate here. Actually the smaller peanut shaped one is a little bit thicker, and then the inside plate is taller than a normal chain, and then it also has a tapered inside so that it drops onto your sprocket really easy and really smooth. These things are heat treated plates with heat treated pins, so that means it's not going to stretch as much and give you a tight loose spot. Also, if you're cranking hard on it, the chain is not going to break on you. Last thing I want to do is break a chain, and since I've ever ran this chain, I've never had one of these break on me. I've done some serious grinds on it, grinding on ledges and rails, and the plates never pulled apart. So I definitely believe this is one of the biggest things on the bike that I see a lot of bikes neglecting. So I think that's a big plus on this bike. Next up is it comes with a Euro bottom bracket. Obviously fits a 19 millimeter spindle. So that thing's pretty dope. It's got some Textro V-brakes on here. These V-brakes work pretty well. Stop super good. Going to the back tire, same thing as a front tire. Maxxis hookworm tire. This thing is super dope. If you're doing swerves or wheelies or anything like that and you want a super solid tire, then definitely grab one of these tires. This bike is a little bit different, and if you've seen Throne and you're kind of familiar with it, you do know that it comes with a 14 millimeter axle now. So this one does have a 14 millimeter axle. So it's a little bit larger axle, so if you're running pegs, it's going to be harder to bend the axle, and you won't have all the other problems that those bent axles have. Going to the frame, this rear end's pretty short, but the coolest thing about it is that it's got these chromoly inserts. So if you have an aluminum frame and your dropouts are bending or your axle's bending, that's because you don't have this, because it's aluminum frame, and this will help prevent it. Another thing is notice how try to weasel in here. I got a bunch of stuff behind us. Look at the dropout. Dropout is way thicker than any other bikes that I've seen out there. Plus with the steel plate, that thing makes this thing super heavy duty, along with the 14 millimeter axle. Just makes this thing a hog. You're definitely not gonna bend anything on here. If you do, it might be the axle, and that's be relatively easy to repair, but it's probably not going to bend very much, just because of how much security it has as far as thickness and strength. An easy way to bend your axle is to have your pegs loose, so every time you go out riding, make sure you tighten your pegs up so that your axles doesn't bend. Going to the freewheel, this one's got a chromoly 16 tooth freewheel on it, on aluminum hub. Check out these hubs. They have little black splatters on top of the red. These things look pretty cool. It's like the opposite of blood. If you go to the back side of it, I'm not going to go over there because we'll be facing the other way. It also has a fixed gear cog on it. This one also is a 16 tooth cog on here. So if you want to ride fixed, simply flip the wheel and you'll have fixed. If you're catching on everything, if you're looking for a good solid bike, then definitely think about picking one of these Thrones up. These things are excellent. I've owned one and they ride really well. They're super heavy duty, and yeah, just a great bike. But yeah, the biggest thing that I've noticed about this bike in general compared to a lot of the other bikes is this one is extremely lighter than most of the bikes on the market. I really haven't seen any other bikes that are as quite this lightweight. So if you're looking for a lightweight bike, this would definitely be the ticket. Another thing is that it's got a lot of high-end parts on here: heavy duty stem, quick release seat clamp, 14mm axles, hookworm tires, just kind of the stuff that riders actually want. So if you're looking for a great introductory bike life bike to go wheelie and just go have fun and stuff like this, I believe that this is one of the best bikes on the market. And yeah, just go pick one up from stackbmx.com or cruise to our storefront and we could hook you up with one. And yeah, thanks for watching this video. I hope you liked it. And yeah, peace out. We'll see you next time.